So what I'm really trying to say is that's a cool tree right there behind me. But anyway, there's a bigger source to this universe that is the bigger half of everything that we're trying to do. Now, it's like what everybody's intelligence is trying to achieve would be their self to have what it needs, as well as everybody else, meaning the faction of life giving the force of the intelligence of what actually moves us. The force of intelligence and the comprehension of different realities within Dream Realm, within that this is a certain reality that we are familiar with. As well as in the Dream Realm, there's different realities. So a dimension within itself, a different universe entirely, with different stars, with different things that are happening and different things that are possible. So what I'm obtaining through the Dream Realm is this higher quotient of reality that makes sense of what we do. So the faction of what we do is the source of the intelligence which is actually affecting us. I am trying to do multiple things at once, and holy crap, it was possible. Because I was actually thinking of something else in my brain that was sidetracking me, but while focusing on my intelligence at once. So I don't get sidetracked. Because I know how to block it out, but yet understand it and comprehend it within the brain and respond to it while I'm actually doing it. And something's happening. Because my brain seems like it's getting on a certain frequency. And it's a sort of intelligence is being for freed. And it is through this comprehension of what makes each soul in comprehension and from the awareness that all of us are aware of within a hive mind sort of way of intelligence as a human species, because in a way we have a capability of a sort of aspect for God and the divine goddess in this higher sort of way that this is all of the oneness of life and it's connected. And I believe that there is ways to be of the source soul that God created and also the divine goddess of what it created. So it comes in the fashion of itself of spreading more knowledge of information. So we are all information of what we do. And then that what happens to us. So we grow upon that. We evolve as a species as like trees do. That it's like a hive mind of when you're in the forest, there's a certain amount of different sort of consciousness. Is because it's a different energy of a sort. And it has a great level of understanding too. It's just a different species of a sort of state. And this is what I learned. And I learned a lot of this. So it's only 3 minutes and 30 seconds in the podcast video. So now we get to go to talk about this. This is the source level of intelligence that we're all trying to prove here. And it's a fashion of the sort of reality that we go into. Now listen, it is on a really low percent. So I was paying attention to that percent as I was still talking about the reality of such sorts. So I was paying attention to this percentile right here in my head while I'm paying attention to the screen here. And I could do this. So I'm paying attention to two things at once. The little bar on how the percent is on the computer, that it might turn off and it might ruin my video. But at the same time, I was talking about reality. And I was talking about this sort of standpoint of the universe that we're all based off of, that has a sort of standpoint which is our corresponding intelligence and our minds to prove on a certain level that all this is possible. And maybe I could just push myself that one evolutionary scale up to have a sort of connectability and grow my intelligence. 2024, I got my brain to regrow this sort of capability of my sort of standpoint of reality and of this capability. So then this is what the standpoint in reality takes it to on that level when it's all on the level of what it needs to be to accomplish the goal, and to, you know, take it to that level of understanding to then comprehend of what I just said. And then once you do, you'll have a comprehension of reality where it has a big basis on everything that is the output of the cause and effect of what we do karmically with everything else. And this universe is tied in the faculty of all of its senses. And this is what I'm understanding, is this is all of what we do. And birds are even going, like, squeaking, like, real happy. Because guess what? They known that I known something. No matter where I am in the world, no matter where life puts me, I can always think and be of what I do. And that's my superpower. You know what I mean? And no one can stop me because I have that capability of being me. Or otherwise, why would I not want to be me? And why would you want to make me who I'm not? Or something like this. And this is what I'm trying to tell to all the people, that we got to be free. And now's the time to take back our freedom. And if you feel that way inside, means now is the time. The planet's getting to a certain stage where nobody likes it. So we got to take back our power and create another society within the society. And this old society can exist with two worlds. The one's a Hobbit Home Society and one like this. And it'll correspond with clean living in the way of the Hobbit Home Society. We can all do this. It'll be the way of the future. Like, literally. And it'd be something else, because it'd be gardens all over the place, and things would be like a metropolis too. It'd be like the Garden of Eden for my Eve, or Lilith, the dark-haired one. You know what I mean? Or like girls have brown hair sometimes, or redhead. But guess what? Like, I know all the variations. But what I'm trying to say is it all originates from somewhere. Of a creation. Of an origination from DNA. Of a corresponding species. Of human. Like, you know what I mean? If it is different, then we all, our originating sources are a little bit different. So we're all alienated from ourselves being a little bit different type alien. You know what I mean? We're never the same. Nobody's the same, right? We all know that, you know, so you can't call me crazy for that, because we all know that fact. But anyway, going back to what I'm trying to say, is it's all funny in this reality, because it makes sense in the universe to understand this. And I think God was trying to prove a point today, and the Divine Goddess was trying to prove a point today, that all of us, you know, as the beginning as in the end, the Divine Goddess, I love the Divine Goddess, so I put her first. Now, the Divine Goddess would probably love me, right? As the reverse effect. And like a mother, like, I am taken cared for by the universe. I do feel like sometimes when I pray, sometimes I get out of situations and I'm like, how did I do that? It really surprised myself. Like, sometimes no one would believe the level of anger that bestows upon you sometimes. But then you could just break away from that anger and just prayer, and like somehow magically get rid of it, like an angel freaking from heaven. It was crazy. And I prayed to the Divine Goddess twice, and somehow it was a miracle from heaven. And the Divine Goddess blessed me. It was all powerful and helped me. It was absolutely crazy, because I put my will, and I was doing a lot too to calm it down, because my will would be done. And the girl's will was done upon me when I prayed. And it was like, that's what I needed, the extra help. And I think I was walking in a better area, because certain town there's revving of engines and cars. Kind of makes you, I don't know, it just, there's a level of anger around, and it's contagious sometimes, maybe. I don't know. It's crazy. But anyway, I love the Divine Goddess, and that's why I behave for her, because I do anything she says, and I know that she'd want me to behave. So anyway, Neo worships Divine Goddess. Girls, hope you're doing amazing. And I'll have to end the podcast with that. And every reality of different dimensional universes that we roll into, of everything that we do create, and creating these universes in the way that we create it is in the way that the function of the actual universe takes place. Within each species of the hive mind intelligence to know this and be connected to it in the soul level of all collective level of the like the God source of intelligence looking at it all can understand like all the levels of everybody where they're at and kind of like understand, you know, how many hairs are on your head type thing and understand all this knowledge. And then there it goes to where you're going into the fact of itself and you know everything about itself, and it's coming into the fact of everything that is all this part of everything. So then we go into the fact of itself. So anyway, girls, I love you. All right. Yep. Bye.